Aporto apples are being revived in the Almaty region. Last year, gardens with the area of practically 581 hectares were planted in the foothills of the Trans-Ili Alatau. This year, the area of the farms has been extended. Now our government is paying more attention to fruit growing. Making gardens is subsidized and farms are provided with subsidies until fructification. Melons and other crops bring profit in the year they were seeded. As for fruit growing, farmers work to yield profit in the future, in 10 to 15 years. During this period, our government provides subsidies to support them. In the opinion of horticultural business heads, assistance given by the government is invaluable. The budget provides up to 40% of farmers' expenditures on garden making. Subsidies on orchards with drip irrigation amount to 600,000 tenge per hectare on average. It is the reason why areas are expanding and will continue to expand. There are some new varieties. Aporto is used in selection to give the new varieties the taste and flavor of Aporto. At the same time, these varieties are winter apples. The total area of gardens where Aporto apples grow exceeds 300 hectares. This sort is unique because apple trees grow and produce fruit only on the slopes of the Trans-Ili Alatau at an altitude of 950 to 1,250 meters above sea level. Now the national budget plans to provide farmers with subsidies for growing apples. These subsidies will account for almost a half of farmers' expenditures. In 2012 alone, 440 million tenge were allocated for these purposes. Later on, over 1 million tenge will be allocated to each hectare during 7 years. This variety is unique and it is grown only in Almaty. As for other regions, it does not show good results anywhere. We revive and propagate it. We sell seedlings to people who grow them, so later these apples will be sold in our shops. Today, the Kazakh Research Institute of Fruit Growing and Viticulture carries out work on the selection of Aporto apple trees. Currently, the price of these apples exceeds the price of our apple varieties by 20 to 30% at city markets. The selection of this variety of apples has been carried out for 20 to 30 years. Aporto is an old variety, which has been grown in Almaty for over 150 years, and it hasn't been lost. We have been focused on the preservation and revival of this variety for a long time. And now many farms are planting new Aporto gardens. According to reports of the Kazakh Statistical Agency, last year the total production of fruit and berry crops and grapes exceeded 233,000 tons. Aporto apple trees are also grown in Kyrgyzstan and certain amount is brought here. However, Almaty Aporto is the best. The fruit's appearance and flavor are different. There are apple gardens in more than 80 countries of the world. The annual apple production varies from 45 to 50 tons. Last year, 155 tons of apples were brought to Kazakhstan.